Hi, this is David Steinloggy with davestechsupport.com, and today I'm going to show you how to create a shared folder which you can use to exchange files and information in between Ubuntu Linux and a virtual machine that you have running inside of Virtualbox. In this case, we're going to be using Windows XP. The same steps that I'll be taking can also be used in Windows Vista and Windows 7 if you're using them inside of a virtual machine as well. The steps are very similar. So the first thing you want to do is create a folder somewhere, preferably in your home folder, that will be used to share folders and files in between Ubuntu and your virtual machine. So I'm going to open up my home folder and click File, Create Folder, and then name this folder something like VBox Shared. This folder can really be called just about anything that you want, but it's best to leave it all lowercase with no spaces in the name. Now that this folder is created, I can close this window. The next step is to open up your virtual machine. I already have mine running. And at the top, click Devices, Shared Folders. This will bring up a Shared Folders window, and you'll want to click on this little icon here that looks like a folder with a green plus sign. This will bring up an Add Share, and you'll click on this little kind of down arrow and then the word Other with 3 periods after it. This will open up a file browser. Should open up your home folder by default. And just scroll down until you find your VBox shared folder that you created just a minute ago. Double click on it and then click Open. That will type in the path name to that shared folder and then give it a name based upon the name of the actual folder itself. Again, there should not be any spaces in this name. Just before you click OK in this window, click Make Permanent and then click OK. Alternatively, you could also check off Read Only, which would prevent Windows from writing information into the shared folder. It's entirely up to you. So click OK once you're finished here. That will add this shared folder into the shared folder sort of inventory of shared folders that will be accessible to Windows in the future from now on. So now you can click OK here, and that's that. The next step is from within your virtual machine, click Start, My Computer. Then up at the top, click Tools, Map Network Drive. That'll bring up this Map Network Drive wizard. The first thing it asks is for a drive letter to be specified. This can be pretty much anything you want it to be. The drive letter is just a personal preference. It's entirely up to you. It doesn't really matter what it is. I'm going to leave it at the default of drive letter Z. And then down below that, it's asking for a folder to be typed in, or rather a path name to the shared folder. We're going to click on this Browse button just to the right, and you notice that in this list of different network resources, one of them says VirtualBox Shared Folders. Click on the name once, and the hourglass icon will appear for a few seconds, and this can take some time depending on your system. But just be patient with it if it seems to be taking forever. It eventually will follow through. Once it's loaded, you'll see the new shared folder appear just below the VirtualBox shared folder category, and then just click on this name here. Again, this can be a little time consuming. You may want to try and click OK right now, but it won't let you until it's established a connection or negotiated a connection between the operating system, meaning Windows, and VirtualBox. And so this can take a few seconds. You'll probably see the hourglass icon appear after a little while, and you'll just have to kind of bear with it. It's not the most snappy thing in the world, but eventually you'll be able to click OK. And as you can see, as I pass my mouse over this OK button, it kind of lights up, which means it's ready. So I'll click OK. That adds in the path name for Windows to access the shared resource we've just specified in VirtualBox. Alternatively, if you don't want to mess with this browse window, or if you're having some trouble with it loading, you should be able to type in the literal path name to the shared resource. In this case, it's going to be \\, and then in all caps VBox SVR, or VBOX SVR, and then another slash, followed by the nickname that was given to the folder just a few minutes ago when you added it into the shared folder inventory here. Once this is entered, and this should say reconnected login, this means that every time you start your virtual machine, it will attempt to access this shared folder, which is a good thing in most cases. You can click Finish, and it will attempt to finish everything up. And then once that's done, it will add this network drive to your My Computer inventory of accessible devices that you can read and write information to. So if I open this up real quick, you'll see that there's absolutely nothing in here yet. And if I open up my home folder and open up the Virtualbox shared folder that I created earlier, both of these are empty. If I right click in here and say I want to create a new text document and just leave it at that, you'll see that instantly it's showed up in my Virtualbox shared folder within Ubuntu. And if I go in and make a change to this, I could say test123 and then save the file, close it. If I come back in here and open this file up, you'll see that it says test123 inside. So as you can see, these files are very easy to exchange back and forth. Another cool thing about this is that because you're mounting it as a drive letter, you're able to access it from the command line within Windows. So if I go to Z: and then do a directory listing, you'll see that there is a file here called new text document, and that adds up to 9 bytes of information because it says the words test123 inside of it. So that's pretty much it. You can easily exchange information between Windows inside of a VirtualBox and Ubuntu using this method. It's pretty simple to set up, and thank you for watching. Good luck.